Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Charade Maniacs. I had to update my graphics card before this, so I was like, alright, well, that's doing it. I'm just gonna go browse the Nintendo eShop just to see, because, like, guys, this is the best problem ever. I'm like, there are so many games that have just come out that I don't have yet, that I didn't pre order, and I'm like, I'm losing track. I'm losing track of the games that I have. I think I've gotten everything that I pre-ordered, to be honest. But I'm like, there are games coming out. I'm not buying any right now until, because I told my mom, I'm like, I want Switch gift cards for Christmas. So like, Hanawase is like $5,000 because there's like it's broken up into 4 games that are like $35 each. What the shit? Like, are you know what? I can't even be mad that you're like, we're gonna do it because you're gonna buy it, and you're like, you're damn right I will. But I don't. But it's I feel like it's shady, but like, alright, whatever. Cool, fine. But like, and then the My Next Life as a Villainess just came out, and I know Sympathy Kiss is coming out next year. There's also one on there that's that's coming out this month, and I'm like, I've never even heard of this one. And it's not even a developer I've ever heard of, so it's not our standard ones. And I'm like, there's just a whole other one. Like, well, shit. Plus, not to mention all the Voltage ones and the whatever that are out there. But I'm like, God damn, there are so many. I'm just so happy. I'm like, remember the times where we had to play like the cheesy like Voltage or Dogonzaka Labs games ones because we didn't have a lot of Otome games, so we're playing those ones, even though they were like, you're like, I mean, they're not the best, but hey, we have nothing. And now we have so many, I can't even keep up. I'm losing track of the games. I'm like, I've actually lost track of the ones that are coming out being localized. We haven't even gotten some of them, and then there's like announcements coming up for other, and you're like, I'm so confused. I don't know what I'm missing, what's come out, what I don't have, what I need to add to I don't even know anymore. I've lost track. This is an amazing problem. This is the world I want to live in. Forget everything else that's like garbage in the world, but like when you're like, there are just too many Otome games, I can't keep up. Like, yay! Can you imagine if they, I mean, I can only imagine because we get localized like one out of every like 30 that gets released in Japan. So, shit, that must be way more complicated. Like, you have to then choose? I don't know how to do that. Like, I'm so used to like, you just buy every one, even if it doesn't appeal to you. You're like, I don't care because I have something to play on this channel. So we just buy everything. And you're like, I wouldn't, like, that I don't know how to physically do what other people have been doing. And like, I don't know if I'm interested in this, so I'm not going to buy it. I don't know how to do that. Guys, I don't know how to do that. Like, that's not true. I didn't buy the Nord 9 fan disc. I was like, someday if I'm really bored, maybe I'll buy it. But that's honestly like, maybe if it's on like sale or something. Like, I can't even say if it's on a clearance sale because that doesn't happen with digital titles, you know? But it's like, we're not going to play it here probably. And like, there's so many other things that I would play on my own that I'm probably not going to buy that one. I eventually will. I know I will just because I'm a completionist and like, yes, but since we're not going to play it on the channel, I'm not that eager to go out and buy it. Because like, I'll do it at some point. But like, for the most of them, I'm like, I have to. I'm going to lose track. I have to at least put them in my Switch wish list so that like, I know that they're there because I'm losing track, guys. It's insane. If you know of other ones aside from like the My Next Life as a Villainess, Hanawase is out, and I think Sympathy Kiss comes out next year. Are there other ones? I mean, I already have like Paradigm Paradox. I have 4 games sitting there in a stack. Oh, I have Shua no Verche. I fucking have that. I bought that the second it was coming out. What are the other ones we have? If you know of other ones other than those ones, and let's see, I got Verche here. We got Paradigm Paradox. We got Winner's Wish, and we have the Jack Gene. I'm not playing that one on the channel just because of the There are so many other ones. That one I'll probably just play on my own. But if you know of other ones that have been that are out already, or that in that list of those like 7 that are coming, like, let me know because like I can't remember. I think I'm losing track, guys. I can't keep up. So whatever ones you know of that I didn't mention in that list or that we obviously haven't played yet, because like I know obviously the and the Nor 9 fan disc and Taisho Alice. Bandisc one. I've had that one for a while, but no one ever wants to play that one. So we haven't done that one yet. But like anything else that's come out or coming out that we know of already, let me know if I didn't mention it, because like I feel like I'm losing track of stuff. Like I went through and searched Otome on Nintendo, and unlike Steam, there's only 2 games on there that I'm like, those aren't Otome games. Those are big titty anime girl games. Get that fucking out. Although the title has Otome in it, I'm like, that's bullshit and that's mismarketing. I don't like that. But you know, aside from that, everything is like, it's not like on Switch when you search for Otome and it's all like hentai games and shit. Nintendo seems to Nintendo's not going to have hentai games, but you know what I mean. Nintendo seems to have like at least when you search Otome, everything's there. To be fair though, you know what wasn't there? There were a couple that I'm like, wait, no, I have those, and they weren't there. They need to have their own genre. That needs to have its own genre. We have enough games on Switch that there should be an Otome genre. I demand this from Nintendo. Anyway, 20 minutes in. Let's get back in. We were going to start in a drama. So, the following day, I would participate in a drama with both Akase and Yoichi. Stream status. Drama starts in 3 minutes. Stream content. Defender of Justice, Episode 7. Action drama. Cast. Saikawa. Kyoya Akase. Matsumiya. Spacey Sena. Nagamo. Mizuki Iochi. Right, this is the one we've done before. Well, we've done it in other, and possibly in the comment round. Anyway. I don't mind playing the villain, but I don't know about having to face off with Akase. Feeling reluctant? It's not a matter of feeling. I'm too old for this. You kick me in the last scene. I sure do. I hope you go easy on me. My fucking volume just skyrocketed. Go easy? I don't know if I can. Come on now. If I take your kick at full force, I can confidently say I'll be immobilized. See, the fact that you know this, again, partners. Putting a pin in that. That's another pin over there on that board. I laughed while reading the script next to them. The drama had Akase playing a defender of justice, a superhero. Iochi played a character in an opposing organization who took a hostage that Akase would go and rescue. It was a typical story, but the problem for me was the action scenes. I don't know if I can act this out. I felt worried, but then Akase patted me on the shoulder. There might be some dangerous scenes, but I'll catch you, so don't worry. Oh, yes, please. Yeah. Of course he would. He's our boyfriend. Not yet, but we're in his route, so he's totally our boyfriend now. The countdown then began, and we heard the announcement of the drama. I still really like the watermelon background. I mean, I know it's like yellowy and not green, but it's just, I don't know what it is. I like the neon watermelon. Every time. Matsumiya has been kidnapped by Nagamo, and she's being held hostage in a warehouse. And Saikawa, deeply regrets Matsumiya's kidnapping because she was with him. He charges into the warehouse alone, but... You sure are persistent. Perhaps you're not very fitting for Rawl, I suppose. Yeah, we've done this exact one before. Iochi began the act and looked down at Akase from the second floor. I mean, makes sense. We probably did it in Iochi's route. I was placed in handcuffs and played the shaking hostage standing close by. Actually, didn't we also do this one in Tomose's route? Because Tomose jumped in and then came to rescue us. So we've done this one several times, so. You might be right, but I don't have a choice. I can't just abandon someone if they've been kidnapped in front of me. I see. So the first move was already a failure. I love when Iochi stands like that. I don't know what it is. It's just beautiful. Please help! Please help! Is that my line? I interrupted their conversation and called out weakly. It was difficult to act afraid. I also had to perform a stunt in which I'd fall from the second floor and Akase would catch me. Yeah, because didn't Tomose come in and catch us or something? Akase told me not to be worried, but normally catching someone falling from the second floor isn't possible. It'd be possible in a real drama, but these dramas don't rely on rehearsal or special effects. Or the fact that then you would have a bag that you would fall on, and then they would cut the scene, and then they would have some, oh, I caught you, and then, editing. We don't have that. Back with Haiji, Dazai said he had a broken bone. What if Akase gets hurt? Getting hurt on my own would be my fault, but I didn't want to cause Akase any harm. I thought about how things could go wrong, and the other two continued their roles. In the end, she has nothing to do with Tanabe. Let her go. If you let her go, I'll negotiate with headquarters for you. It'll be after the next line. During the conversation with Akase, Yoshi would push me off the second floor to catch him off guard. That was what was in the script. I tried to imagine it and took a step to look over the edge. It was the wrong choice. There was no railing there, and I slipped. I tried to maintain my balance with my hand and tried to grab onto something. But I was in handcuffs right now. Messina! Yoshi shouted and reached out, but it was too late. Oh no, this was too early. The line wasn't done yet, and I'm too far from Akase. I'm falling. Right when I thought that, I noticed that I was completely upside down. I felt a shock, but that shock didn't feel like what I expected. Did he grab you by your ankle? I cautiously opened my eyes. Oh, we get a CG. You surprised me. We're sitting on him. Look at that. We're just like in his lap. That's like... Okay. Alright. I approve. Akase... I felt the sensation of rolling on the floor. Akase must have caught me and rolled to soften the impact. I mean, that's kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he just like dove under us, grabbed us, and now we're sitting in his lap? That's sexy. Give the boy points. If he's your favorite, like, I mean, he's not my favorite because he's not the type of character that I normally like kind of adorable and like the peppy bro dude. But like, I can still I get more of an appreciation of those characters the more games we play. But he's still not my favorite, but his route's been good so far, and he seems like a good boy, so I'm okay with it. I still felt dumbfounded as he carried me up. Wow, he really is athletic. Also, I mean, we're sitting on the man, so like, I don't have a problem with that. I fell by mistake. Thank you for saving me. I'm the hero here, so of course I will. In the drama, at least. Hey, hang on. The next action. The next? Chucks you aside. Akase then carried me and ran. At the same time, I heard gunfire in the above floor. Yoshi was shooting at Akase with a handgun. He dodged every single shot as he ran. I mean, again, being able to dodge... No, are you trying to tell me you're not Akase's partner? Come on. Not Yoshi's partner? Come on. I mean... Wow. I was sure that Yoshi took those shots to make sure that Akase wouldn't be hit, but Yoshi's actions were so smooth it looked believable. And again, knowing what we know about Yoshi that we weren't supposed to know right now, you know what I mean? Even carrying me on his back, Akase managed to get under the platform of the second floor and used a piece of lumber to destroy the pipes. Steam then rose up, blocking Yoshi's vision and movements. He was moving fast. It's amazing, Akase. I mean, Saikawa, you look cool. Huh, even though I know it's a line from the drama, it's embarrassing to hear. He checks that the coast is clear and lets me down on the floor. I'm gonna do something about that guy, so wait right here. Next, I had to say an important line after the action sequence finished. Oh, but after he helped me like that, it makes it all the more embarrassing. It feels more real. Oh, you have to tell him how much you love him. I held Akase's hand and said it. Please don't get hurt, Saikawa. Without you by my side, I'm filled with worry. Akase stopped as if he were surprised. He then looked straight at my face. I know it was an act, but those sincere eyes made my heart jump. Yeah, cause okay, yeah, it's an act, but at the same time he's like, you're like, oh my god, the way he looked at me, I know it's just an act, and he's like, I know those words are just an act, but see, they're both stirring things inside you. It's okay, it's cool. I want to be with you, Saikawa. That's why... Yeah, why am I so embarrassed right now? The awkward pauses continue. My character, called Matsumiya, should tell her feelings for Saikawa. Ready or not, Here I come. The silence broke and Iochi's voice echoed. It was sort of a lifesaver because the sound made Akase turn toward Iochi. I thought maybe the drama would end with things left ambiguous. Well, I know what you want to say, so it's alright. Akase turned back to me with a smile. I also like you and want to be with you, so I'll protect you no matter what. This is where you like to save the thing. You just grab me and kiss me, and you're like, sorry, I wanted to. But, I mean, script. I mean, just trying to make sure that we get good points. You know, like, normally I'd be like, how dare you just kiss me without my permission and just pretend it's for, like, the dramas. But this is the perfect time to, you know, cross that line where it's kind of inappropriate, but it's an Otome game, so I'll allow it. But in real life, don't you fucking do that shit, you know? Wait right there for me. Kase declared that like the perfect hero and did the action scene with Iochi. I merely sat down on the floor, forgetting that I was playing the role of Matsumiya. Wow. He read my line for me, and it seemed to build into the drama well. But that's not fair. He saved me from danger, and with how he said that, I would have to fall for him. In the drama, that is. I'm talking about Matsumiya. I'm terrible at separating things in my mind. I had decided to watch the video with Yuki once I felt I was ready. But as Akase suggested, I worked on gathering information from dramas so we could collect points more efficiently. Tina, is something wrong? You seem out of it today. Really? This time the drama was what made me feel so nervous. The drama wasn't even a romance drama, so there won't be more developments between Saikawa and Matsumiya, right? But Saikawa is the main character, and Matsumiya is taking the position of the heroine, so maybe... I kept thinking about that drama again. Akase was the perfect role for that drama. Every action he took was impressive. To me, it was enthralling and good-looking. Thinking about Akase as the character he played made it hard for me to say anything to him. And in the drama, he did also say that he likes me and wants to be together. And no, but that's only in the drama. It's just a drama. It's just a drama! I've been with him a lot recently, so it's making me more self-conscious of it. Are you really okay? If you're not feeling well, let's go back to the lodging. Oh, no, I'm fine. I was just thinking of some things. Thinking? You can talk to me about it if you want. Maybe not with you. Oh, really? Is it hard to talk to me about? How about Banjo or Chigasaki then? No, it's not that it's hard to talk about. Well, actually, it is. But it really is completely insignificant. Well, if you say so. Yeah, are we going to the park too? Oh, I think there's a limit to how much we can get from them. It's not exactly bad, but the Arcadians that we find at the park are mostly the same people. Right. Maybe we should find another location. Actually, he sounded slightly depressed. Curious about it, I looked up at him and he turned to me with a serious expression. There are some things I want to look into. Want to come with? Huh? Sure. I've been with Akase doing the investigations for a while, so I nodded in agreement without thinking too much about it. I looked at Akase and he started to frown as we moved out. I then thought that maybe I shouldn't have been so quick to reply. This place... I've been here a few times before. The breeze and the greenery made it an ideal place to unwind. But Akase didn't pay it any heed and walked further in. Is there something up ahead? You'll find out soon. We walked for a while and Akase checked his bangle before holding his right hand out. We walked a few more steps and then stopped. You know, I've just been thinking, we've gotten to Akase's route, what, the last part? Do we not have choices in their routes? I have my guide where I just say Akase's route, and I'm assuming there's choices because I haven't scrolled up, because I like to try to not see the stuff beforehand, but we haven't had any choices, have we? Not that they matter, but I thought in the other ones we had a couple. We're either going to get them all in quick succession or there's just not a lot in his route. I don't know. Anyway, I've just noticed this. It's here. Sina, try touching this. Huh? Excuse me, sir? Maybe buy a girl dinner first. Oh, it's a wall? Never mind. Listen, you come here for this shit. Seeing my blank stare, he took my hand and held it up high. My fingertips then bumped into something at the same height as Akase's right hand. There's a wall? Yep. It looks like there's nothing there, but you can't go past it. It's the same to the side. There's an invisible wall. I looked to my side and only saw a vast grassland. Could you imagine, though, to find this? I'm sorry. Every time I start playing these games, I start yawning. It's got to be doing the voices. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. But anyway, like, you're walking along, oh, bam, your face right into a fucking wall that looks like a field of grass. That had to fucking hurt. You know what I mean? Like, what the shit? Put up a warning. It was strange, but I remembered when the projected images were shut off during maintenance, so this felt almost natural. This looks like a grassland, but it's indoors. That's what it means. And the sectors past this point still aren't open to us. Not open? You remember how when we try to go anywhere outside the designated sectors, we get a warning? But it doesn't do that here, so I asked the Watcher. Hey, Watcher, can we go past this point?
The area past this point is off limits. You may not enter without permission.
You heard it. Akase sighed in disappointment while placing both hands on the wall. There are no other unopened areas, and considering how there's something past here, if we can investigate this more, well, that's actually interesting. You know what I mean? Because, like, that could be where, you know, because, like, the sponsor, if the sponsor's, like, leaving and coming back, or, like, control rooms, things like that, like, where the director is, there's got to be a place where they are, you know what I mean? Because we can go into the buildings in the main street, so there's obviously got to be an area like this where it's like, there's something back there, you know? Maybe we can find out something important. His eyes were completely serious as he looked past that wall. Also, I mean, it might not just be there, but it could be other places, but... There's something past here? But is there really... I don't know. I mean, there's a wall there, so there's gotta be. But if that were true... Can we save up points to ask them to do something about it? Huh? Last time, Tomose saved 1,000 points and talked about getting a reward. He said he couldn't think of anything, so put it on hold. I wonder if it'd be possible to unlock this area as the reward for the points. Akase's expression suddenly lit up. But if they do unlock it, then it's nothing important. That's it. Yeah, maybe this area can be opened up to us then. Right. So that's what we can do. I'm almost at 1,000 points, so I can accomplish that. Alright, I can do this. Thanks, Sina. I get the feeling that everything goes better when you're around. Aw, that's sweet. Really? I haven't really done anything in particular. You always find the answers that I want most. I'm so glad you're here. Here it is again. Kase gently pats me on the head, then moves away as if nothing happened. Alright, let's go. We need to look at other places. What I kind of love about the fact, like, Tomose's route is him basically fawning over you and you being like, anyway, and, like, kind of ignoring him even though you're, like pretending you're oblivious, but there's no way you're that oblivious. Like, I'm oblivious, but everyone could tell Tomose's in love with you. You're like, what? No, I'm in denial about it, you know? But, like, this, she's over here like, ah! He looked at me, and then he pats you on the head, walks away, and it's like, ugh. Like, I kind of like it. You know we're gonna end up with him, like, whatever, but I kind of like that it's not like, there's not real flirting. He's not getting flirty. Even if he feels something, he just is like, okay, cool, thanks, pats you on the head, walks away. Thanks, pal, and you're like, ugh. He's friend-zoning me like I do to Tomose, and I love it. It's nice to have that. I mean, let's be fair, we get that in a lot of other routes, but it's kind of funny after Tomose's route, you know? It made me think that he's used to doing this. I wonder if he patted someone else on the head like that often. But who would it be? Would it be a girlfriend? I shook my head and chased after Akase. I shouldn't pry. It's not that I'm... A small detail remained in my heart. If I was afraid of the Arcadians or depressed about my friend, every time those things happened, Akase was there to comfort me. The more time I spent with him, the more those small details accumulated silently like falling snow. That's a lovely analogy. But it is true, you know what I mean? Like, does he pat a girlfriend like this? Like when you have a crush on someone, you're like, well, they're kind of nice and we have fun. And like, are they just talking to me? Are they flirting with me? What's happening? You know. Stream points 32. Total stream points 964. All right, I'm almost there at 1,000 points. I checked the bangle while feeling overjoyed, and you got 32 points for that. Tomose, who was in the same drama, walked over and peered in. Oh, okay, so there was another drama with Tomose we missed. You got that much already? When did this happen? Haha, surprised? My acting's much better now, isn't it? Yeah, I've noticed that for a while. But is there a reason for that? Yeah, I'm gonna use this 1,000 points to get my reward. Reward? If you need something, I can ask for it. I've put mine on hold. It's okay. Use that for yourself. What I need is... It's more for my own investigation. I need... Tomose, as much as I would love to take your points and do this thing, be like, Tomose unlocked, I want to use my points to unlock that area so Akase is in love with me for doing that, not he falls for you. Listen, bitch. Step off my man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you could be like, oh, hey, Tomose, could you unlock that area with your points or ask? And then it's like, oh, okay, cool. Even if I suggest it, it's like, high five, Tomose, thanks for doing that. But even if I thought to ask him, you know what I mean? Then it's a joint effort. But if I use my points and do it, it's like, I use my points to unlock that. Then he's going to be like, oh, you're awesome. You did that for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying. We're trying to get bonus points. Investigation? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. I was thinking about how I could explain it, but I wouldn't be able to hide that it was for Akase. See? Told you. I'm not stupid. Of course, I was interested in what's behind that invisible wall. There could be nothing there. It felt like a gamble to use that for a reward, but I thought it was fine because it would satisfy Akase's curiosity. I'm trying to impress a boy. It's hard to tell Tomose about this. Yeah, because then he's like, why are you trying to impress Akase? No reason! Are you in love with him? What? It's crazy. It's crazy. That's just stupid. Me being in love with him, that's just dumb. That's so stupid. That's stupid. You're stupid. That'd be stupid. But he was still my childhood friend. And does it have something to do with Akase? See, he's not as dumb as we look. How did you know that? I reacted honestly, and Tomose sighed. He looked around the area, then pointed at the yard. Let's talk over here. Sure. Poor Tomose. I feel bad. We're confiding in our childhood friend, but he's like, I'm in love with you. And does this have something to do with Akase? And you're like, what? Why? And he's like, are you in love with him? And he's like, and you just hear his heart shattering like glass. We got to the yard, and Tomose continued. Because it's like, you're not like, obviously you know in the very beginning of the game, before you get kidnapped, what Tomose's about to say. And then the rest of the time, he's pretty like you know it's there, and other people, like, I feel like, don't they make some kind of comments? Whatever. But once you get later into, like, the common route, like, okay, it's like, just pretend, but you know, you're never not gonna know. You knew from the fucking very beginning of the game, like 20 minutes in, not even. You knew before you even got here, before the plot really started, that Tomose was in love with you. So even if nothing was ever brought up again, it's like, you know, and you do his route first, so you know, like, so then, like, when he's not around, you could just pretend, but now when we're gonna have this conversation with him, it's awkward, and I feel bad. Because, like, everybody else is like, yeah, the more time you spend with them, you start to develop feelings. But, like, if I don't spend time with Futami, I'm not going to fall for Futami. I don't spend time with Iochi, I don't fall for Iochi. I don't spend time with Tomose, I don't fall for him, but he's still in love with me. And I know that the whole time, so it feels awkward, and I feel bad for the poor guy. You shouldn't trust Akase. Ooh. Huh? I was surprised to hear that, leaving my mouth open. He seemed to have expected that reaction from me. He seems to take care of you as a team member, and you go out together on those investigation trips. But don't forget that there's a traitor among us. It's not Akase. They wouldn't tell us that in the second route. I mean, unless you trip over it by accident, but I feel like the legit one, they wouldn't. Yeah, but I don't think Akase is it. He's definitely hiding something. But I think it's Iochi's partner. That's just your assumption. Where's your evidence? Who knows if his usual attitude is nothing but an act? No, if you're gonna say that, then Tomose, where's your evidence? Do you have evidence that Akase is suspicious? I do like this because it's like your childhood friend. You would trust him, but he's also being like, don't trust him because I don't want you to fall in love with anyone else. It's very selfish of him. True, but also selfish, you know? I do. Last night I saw him leave the lodging. He snuck out from his window to purposely avoid being seen. Oh, is that all? What? You knew about this? Yeah, I saw that previously too. He said he was short on time, so he goes investigating at night too. Which is true. I do believe that's true. I don't think... I mean, to be fair, him sneaking out at night is very sus. But, one, if there are two sponsors, we wouldn't know this early in the game, because then what the fuck are the point of the 3 locked routes? You know what I mean? Futami coming out as the sponsor was unexpected. But again, should have been later. So the fact that this should technically be like, okay, it's the second route you go down means his secret is not that he's the sponsor. Although I could see if you didn't know and you were just poking down this route, you'd be like, wait, what? Is it possible? Already? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I didn't believe Futami when he straight up told us. I was like, that's bullshit. Why are you doing this? And then it was like, he's the sponsor. And you're like, no, but he's not, right? Like, even after he directly told us, I still didn't believe it because it was the second round we played. So I probably, if we were playing this in the order and we did Tomose, then this, and we hadn't done Iochi or anything, I don't know what I'd be sus about, but I don't think I'd still be sus he's the sponsor or anything. I'd be like, nah, no, there's no way they'd do that the second round. That's bullshit. So, and again, if there are two sponsors, it wouldn't be Akase and Futami. Like, I would still bet Gyobu is the second one. But, I mean, again, or if Gyobu's the producer, it's because Haiji is one of the fucking aliens or something. Like, it really just depends on what the real twist is, what we're actually doing here, what's the purpose of this, you know, to kind of, like, suss out the rest of the story. But those two are my top 2 suspects, because they're suspects. You know, that's why they're called suspects, get it? Anyway. Just laugh at me, goddammit. Anyway, laugh with me, not at me. Anyway, so, yeah, I wouldn't believe... I knowing about Iochi, think Akase is Iochi's partner. And also knowing... I'm sorry, I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm on my hands in my face. I'm so sorry. Knowing what we know about Futami and what we saw in Futami's route with Akase and Iochi, yeah. What else he's doing, if there's anything else aside from working with Iochi, who knows, but... You know. But I like how they make this, you're like, he does sneak out at night, and that is very suspicious. Because even if you're working with Iochi doesn't sneak out at night. Iochi goes to shady places and talks to someone, like we saw in their route, but doesn't sneak out at night, so... I like it. I like that they make it shady, because you're like, there's really no reason for this. You can go out and investigate as much as you want during the day, because whether you do it during the day or at night... It's just other people aren't going to find you. And I guess the point to you him sneaking out would be if he was doing this in broad daylight and we happened upon him, he's like, oh, I'm just investigating this because I'm part of the investigation team. Yeah. But then he'd have to explain to the investigation team what he was doing, and he's trying to keep some things under wrap because he can't mention Iochi. You know what I mean? Like, so at one point it's like, there's really kind of no need to hide that from everyone. Not the Iochi part, you know what I mean? I get that. But, like, you could be poking around and be like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here and whatever. But, like, I guess he's not good enough to come up with, like, this seems suspicious. I was trying to see what was in this area. Instead of being like, well, okay, so the Information Bureau tasked me with doing... You know what I mean? So, I guess it's just an easier way to avoid that conversation. Plus, the game wants him to look suspicious. So, perfect way to do it. Anyway, how can you trust someone that sneaks out at night like this? He's doing things in secret because he's feeling guilty about something. Maybe. Well, I think he has his reasons. He said he'll tell me the details once he confirms it. Tomose, if you're that worried, then why don't you talk directly to Akase? Not good to suspect someone behind their backs. I guess there's a valid point to suspect someone right to their face, but also I mean, maybe suspect them behind their back before you have evidence. Well, you'll understand once you talk to him. Akase's kind, hardworking, and dependable. He's always thinking of everyone else. Because I've seen him that way, I started trying harder at the dramas to save more points. It made me want to cooperate with him, and now we're basically like, how dare you talk about him? I love him. He is dependable. He is my hero. And then Tomose literally like, I didn't think his heart could shatter more, and it's just constant breaking glass sounds. Oh yeah, he so hates this. He became quiet in an irritated way, then sighed, yeah, because he knows. And what's the chance that that's all a lie? I'll tell you one more time. Among the 10 cast members, one of them is the producer. Who do you think is the most suspicious? I never even thought about that, Yobu and Haiji. And that's right. No one is particularly suspicious. Ah, that's not true. Everybody's sus as fuck, except for you. In different ways. Different levels of sus as fuck. But basically all on the sus as fuck scale. So, everyone has done something sus. And sometimes it's, you haven't done anything really suspicious, and that's suspicious in itself. So, meaning that the producer is a good liar. They're so good, it's unnoticeable. Yeah. That's why my bet's on Haiji. Because he's so good at pretending to be a dumbass 12-year-old that everybody is least suspicious of him. If I were the producer, then I'd play pretend to be the perfect good person so the others won't suspect me. I'd be kind and reliable to everyone. I would pretend I was 12 and stupid so everybody would just discount me all the time and never even consider me as an option. And when anybody brought it up and been like, oh, well, what about But no, she's an idiot. She's just a kid. You're a jackass for even saying that. That makes you more suspicious for suggesting. I'm just saying. But see, even Tomose's not considering that. He's like, I'd just be nice and reliable like Akase. He's not even considering fucking Haiji in his fucking estimations. And I'd also say some harsh things at times so that I can lead everyone the way I want. And who's the one closest to that image? You want to say it's Akase. And that's right. Even if Akase isn't the producer, your way of thinking is highly dangerous. You're like, and besides, Tomose, you're wrong. There isn't a dangerous person here. He's like, what? There's 2! Get your facts straight, bitch. And don't let your guard down. And don't depend on anyone. People with malice will take advantage of that. I mean, that is valid, because that's exactly what Futami did. Malice. I feel more malice in your words, Tomose. Good. I'd rather you think of me that way than get hurt yourself. I mean, he does look out for us, let's be fair. After saying that, Tomose returned to the living room. He's not wrong to warn us about trusting people, because we are a little derpy and naive and very trusting. But he's also saying this not just with the facts, because he's spitting facts, let's be real, but there's also that underlying bit of jealous you're spending time with Akase. Part of me is worried you're spending time with him and you're trusting him and you really shouldn't be. 100% valid. But also I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't trust him because I'm jealous that you're spending time with him. Not so valid. I didn't feel like chasing after him. I'm being tricked? By Akase? I didn't understand why, but my chest tightened up. My cold fingers subconsciously moved to my lips. It's cold. The temperature was kept comfortable in this world, yet this was the first time I felt cold. My heart was freezing over. Tomose's usually cool-headed, and I know he can sound hostile sometimes. I've never felt this cold. He cared about me, so I knew he was worried. It was always like this. My childhood friend could calmly see everything I thought of. But, sorry. I feel that we've grown so far apart now, Tomose. When I heard that Akase was being suspected, the first thing I thought was to pity him. As Tomose said, this way of thinking probably is dangerous. I always thought of ways for everyone so that we could all go back to our world. Yeah, and back then too. I'll never be a part of doubting or betraying anyone. I'll always do the opposite, which is something the producer would say. Let's be real.
If you need help, tell me. If you require cooperation, I'm happy to give it. That's all.
I mean, Tomose has a valid point. This would absolutely, like, if we didn't already know, one, and have super sus characters already in the ranks, yeah, I mean, this would be sus as fuck, so. But I think Tomose's 100% wrong, so. It was only us in the information gathering team that agreed with what Akase said. Tomose wasn't the only one who showed resistance. It was the same for the others. Why can't everyone believe in Akase when he's doing so much for us? I don't even have a speck of doubt toward him. Why are things so different? But if I'm told that I have no basis for that, I can't deny it. Yeah, I need evidence. If I have a reason. If there's a clear reason why he's sneaking out at night, everyone would be more understanding about it. Yeah, that's it. It's not just to blindly believe. I should learn more about Akase. Also, because we want to romance him, so. That way, I can mediate and explain to everyone so they'll understand. I'll try to do what I can to achieve Akase's ideals. Once the goal was set, we just had to act. Even though the rules forced upon us by the Otherworld stream seemed unreasonable, it didn't feel so bad since we had a goal in mind. Even though I cried and felt down, the people around me helped me pick myself up and hold my head up high. I felt like I was changing into a different person from when I first came to this world. My core didn't change, and what I cherished hadn't either, but I wouldn't be easily discouraged anymore. I've changed too. If I had a goal to get to... Once the drama ended, I returned to the living room and checked my bangle as usual. Now we're like in a ton of dramas. Some of the other routes were like never in them. Stream points 34. Total stream points 1,002. I surpassed 1,000 points! Seeing my big smile, Akase approached me. Akase, Chikasaki, Dazai, Tomose, and Futami were in the living room at noon.
Zena, you got lots of points.
Yes, I surpassed 1,000 points now! Now I can... Then the director's voice echoed. Knew this would happen. Zena, congratulations! You've achieved 1,000 points! Currently, a return requires 3,000 points, so you cannot return just yet. That's not a lot, though. 3,000 if we've already got 1,000? But, you know, they're going to make the dramas harder and stuff. However, we'll happily provide another reward if we're able. But if I use 1,000 points, do I have to lose them and then I have to build back up? Because that would be a smart way to do it. Now, what do you wish for? Yes, my wish is, I want you to unlock the areas that are currently not open to us.
Huh?
Areas not opened? Do you mean the area past Sector 2? Is Sector 2 the grasslands? Sector 2? I don't know what it's called, but it's past the meadow beyond the warehouse door. There's an invisible wall that we can't get past. That's Sector 2. Let me check, so please wait. People murmured in the living room. It seemed they didn't know about the unopened area in the first place.
Zena, I'll do that. You should ask for whatever you want.
But I got enough points first. This is my wish right now.
Well, I'm happy you'd say that, but...
If you're happy, then what's wrong with it? That last question really seemed to get to him, and he held his hand to his head. But in the end, he agreed to it.
Alright. Thanks, Zena.
His smile showed me his gratitude. I was just happy I was able to help.
What's this unopened area? Is it something only the info gathering team knows? I've never heard of it before.
I feel like that's bullshit.
Bullshit! Lying sack of shit!
I don't hate Futami, but like honestly, again, I feel like the more we go through, we'd see more of him and we might have had a hint that like, what the fuck, when, you know? So I feel like his route was done a disservice where we played it. But,
no, sorry. I did put it in the updated map, but we have no way of accessing it, so we didn't mention it in particular. Is it so important that you want to use up a wish for it? To me, yeah. I feel guilty for Sena asking that in my place, but I am thankful.
If that's the case, you could have told us about it.
You're right. I'm sorry. I was trying to do it alone.
Said that in an apologetic way, so I didn't think twice to step forward. It's not Akase's fault. After I heard about the unopened area, I suggested we use the reward for it. That's why Akase isn't...
We're not blaming him for anything. Seeing how adamant you are about it, there's nothing for us to say. You sure are Akase's partner, after all.
I wish. But partner? We want to be his lover. Damn!
You're not? What? Oh, whenever you go do the investigations, you're always together, so I assumed...
Right? He's like Akase's partner? No, that's Iochi. You know what I mean? Actually, I feel very sus of the way he phrased that. He's like, no, aren't you, like, it's very innocuous. Like, oh, it's partner on the you guys partner up on the team, right? Like, very innocuous, but at the same time, if Akase is Iochi's partner, it's like, does Futami know? Does he know that Iochi works for the Information Bureau and that Akase is their partner? You know what I mean? Like, does he know this shit? Because it doesn't come out if he knows in his own route, because that would ruin Iochi and Akase if you hadn't done those first. So, like, they've done a good job when you go down other routes without fully spoiling. They give hints and stuff, like the whole Ibana thing. We don't know. You know what I mean? They gave hints that Iochi and Akase might be partners in Futami's kind of route. You know what I mean? But they didn't directly say it, like, oh, you guys are partners and blah, blah, blah. Because what if, like, you hit Futami's route before? I mean, again, I really think there should definitely have been a structured kind of order, more like, here's these first three, and those are the only ones you can go down, and then the second group, and whatever. Like, as opposed to having it the way they did. But, to be fair, like, nobody really, they give hints to other people's routes, but they don't full-on spoil it. So, like, Iochi has a partner. We don't know who their partner is. And, like, technically, if you do Tomose, he spoils nothing. If Akase is Iochi's partner, Akase's going to mention, oh, I work with someone from the Information Bureau. Not say it's Iochi, because you haven't done Iochi's route yet. Iochi doesn't mention who their partner is, thinking that, let's say it is Akase, right? You do Akase's route first, then you do Iochi. You know? Then you would already know if you did it in the set order, or whatever, you would already know that Akase is Iochi's partner, but Iochi doesn't mention that because, again, that ruins it if you do it in different... So, like, they've done really well, at least with that fact, not ruining, but just hinting. So, but it makes me wonder if Futami actually knows. Because I can't remember in his route if he came out and kind of... No, because he wouldn't have said it. He would never have said it because you wouldn't have known Iochi worked for the Information Bureau at that point. Like, you know what I mean? You might not have. So, but he didn't say anything like, oh, there's someone from the Information Bureau here. He didn't hint at that or say that, but you're wondering in this? Because they're trying to give you kind of like, they give you little hints and sprinkles, so when you look back, you're like, oh, wait a minute, like the Ibana arm thing. That's the best fucking example I can think of. You know? But, like, in Akase's route, they're giving you little hints, and that makes me wonder, does Futami fucking know who they are? Is that a little dig, or was it totally just innocuous? Am I reading into it too much? I don't know. But anyway. It's only because I was worried about being alone, so I tag along.
There are times we go separately, so don't tease us so much. Sorry about that. I don't think it's good that you're doing things that cause others to misunderstand.
Tomose...
Things are going well, then I see no problem with it. At least as part of the info gathering team. I agree. There's no point in complaining what others are doing. I'm also interested in that unopened area. I'm glad you were here, Sana. I might not be that dependable, but thanks to you, the investigation's going well.
Sorry, Tomose. I'm sure Tomose didn't like how I ignored exactly what he warned me about. But I won't budge on this. I didn't want to change my mind. I felt like we needed that unopened area to be unlocked. I wanted Sector 2 unlocked. I hoped that it would happen. While we discussed it, the director's voice echoed again after confirming the details.
Thank you for waiting. It has been confirmed and Sector 2 will be unlocked.
Yay!
However, that'll take place tomorrow. Tonight, there will instead be a period of maintenance.
All right then, period of maintenance to hide shit.
That is all. Thank you very much for your cooperation with the Otherworld stream.
His voice cut off after that. Everyone else who was watching went back to doing their own thing. I wonder what kind of place Sector 2 is. I can't wait for tomorrow to come.
Well, even if I don't do the research myself, I'm sure Sana and your team will be thorough. I'll be waiting for your report on it.
You already fucking know what's back there, you sack of shit. I don't hate Futami, but I gotta give him a hard time. Bonjo's pissed. Bye, Tomose.
Akase, you got a minute? What's up?
Well, now, as for me, I achieved one of my goals, so I have to start thinking about what to do next. Yeah, for now, I glanced at Akase and Dazai talking before making my way to the hallway. I should try to be more independent. Everyone told me the same thing, but I'm too reliant on Akase. My mind was made, but as I walked, I realized the only footsteps I heard were my own. I felt alone. All by myself. Akase tried to leave for his room after dinner that night, so I followed after him. Stalking. Akase, we need to talk.
Right now? Can't it wait until tomorrow?
No, it has to be right now. Akase, don't tell me you're going to that unopened area tonight. He responded with a look of surprise. His wide eyes confirmed what I suspected. I'm not trying to stop you. Please take me with you.
I can't. I refuse to.
If you think I'm holding you back, leave me behind. I can take care of myself.
No, that isn't it at all.
Akase hesitated for a while before continuing.
I'm trying to see if I can infiltrate that area before or during the maintenance period. The maintenance would be different from usual, so I thought I might see something different. And if I met any Arcadians in the moment, you might see something you don't want to. I don't want to see you cry again.
My heart swelled to see his troubled face.
A likely excuse.
I feel like that's absolutely valid, but you know what I mean. If we were gonna think he's sus, that would be a likely excuse, but I think it's genuine. Obviously, I don't feel like he's shady at all. The start of maintenance would likely mean seeing something that I can't bear to see. It was a possibility. It's true. I was prepared for that, but it made me happy that Akase considered it for my sake. It's all right. I can be responsible for myself even when it comes to that. Please take me with you. Please, tell me what you want to find out. After a long pause, Akase finally nodded. His expression loosened as if to admit defeat.
That's the answer I wanted.
Huh?
No, I will protect you no matter what. Let me protect you.
Akase smiled playfully. He said that he'd come to my room later before going to his.
I'll come to your room later.
Tomose walks down the hall as soon as he says that. The fuck? After seeing him off, I finally realized it. Oh, the line was from the drama. I blushed when I thought about it. Oh, no. It made me remember. He did say that he liked me, although it was in the drama. I forced out a smile while going to my room. I kept telling myself that it was just a drama, so it was strange for me to still be blushing. Akase and I sat in the middle of the grassland while waiting for the maintenance to start. You think you have a bangle, they would know that you're not in where you're supposed to be. We snuck out of the lodging early, and it still seemed impossible to get to the unopened area before maintenance started.
I thought that we'd have a chance, but I guess not.
We can't help it. Let's just wait for maintenance. Once the maintenance starts, we'll find out what this place really is.
About that, what if this place starts to look like hell once maintenance starts? What if everything's all gory and in complete darkness? Maybe it's better you went back, Sana.
I said I'd be fine. I came this far, so I'm staying, no matter what.
I didn't think you'd be this stubborn.
I get that often, mostly from my younger brother. He tells me that I never change my mind. Never change my mind once I decide what to make for food.
I can easily imagine that. You'd probably tell him you already bought the ingredients.
I do. He laughed loudly as I enjoyed our time together. I looked up at the sky, full of stars, and it didn't feel like we were about to do something dangerous. The more peaceful things seemed, the more my mind raced. I say, have you ever doubted me?
Huh? About what?
Everything, whether I'm the producer or the sponsor, or if I'm lying.
No?
Kase stared straight into my eyes when he said that to me. See, the thing is I feel like all the stuff we're seeing in Akase's route, like him trying to get into this area and investigate, that's probably exactly what's happening in, Futami's route. Like, he's going out of bounds doing it, but he's pushing the limits because us in his route, we're reining him back. He's not doing super dangerous stuff because we're always with him. So he's only going and he's hitting the limits, and he's like, okay, this is the limit. We can't go past here. But when it's just him alone, there's nothing holding him back. He's not worried about trying to protect us or making sure we stay safe, and he's going balls out and doing crazy shit, and and that's why he keeps losing all those points and shit. So it makes a lot of sense, actually. Akase stared straight into my eyes when he said that to me.
My gut feeling on these things is usually right. When I first saw you, Sana, I knew I could trust you. That's why I decided to try and believe in you. And I think my gut feeling was right after all. As I declared, I have no intention of doubting anyone anymore. Out of all the other cast members, I trust you the most. If I was to be with someone, I'd prefer that it be with you.
I'm special.
Now, I don't know what you were thinking when you asked me that, but that's what I think. At least for me, I'll be myself with you until you want to trust me.
I do trust you.
Yeah, I got that feeling. I'm glad I wasn't wrong. If we're together like this, it's better that you trust me. Thank you for that.
His straightforward stare made me avert my eyes.
Huh? Was that the wrong answer?
It's not that. It's a bit embarrassing.
Ah, so you're feeling bashful. Got it. Well, you don't have to answer anything else.
I'm sorry, I was the one who asked first.
It's alright. Even including that part of you,
Maintenance is going to start and cockblock us, you knew it. It's like a fire drill. Like a tornado siren, Jesus. This is a lot. Because it flashes and it's like, okay. Watcher emitted an eerie sound. It signaled the start of maintenance.
Special system maintenance will soon commence. I repeat, special system maintenance will soon commence.
You think Watcher would be able to fucking pronounce words?
Finally. Now let's see what world awaits us.
I wondered what Arcadia was. Under a sky filled with countless stars, a refreshing breeze passed through the grassland. The place was so peaceful, so I wondered what it truly looked like. Just like a soundstage. Imagining it made me break out into a cold sweat. Remember what we saw? It was just all metal and walls and whatever. It's basically the same thing, I'm sure.
Sana?
Yes? Kase stood up to look around as he held out his hand to me.
How about we hold hands? Maybe you won't be as scared that way.
I nodded and took his hand. His hands are so warm and big. His words and touch always made me feel courageous. I felt that I wouldn't be afraid no matter what. Kase was reliable enough for me to think that. Thank you.
Well, I was afraid too.
You don't look afraid at all.
Well, that isn't true. There are plenty of things I'm afraid of.
Oh? Like what?
It's a secret. I'll tell you once we get back to our world.
As we laughed about it, the countdown continued. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we should end here. Wait. And the special system maintenance started. We're at time, and I actually want to cockblock everybody. I'm going to cockblock all of us. I know it's the middle of the scene. The special system maintenance started. Dun dun dun. I was really hoping there'd be a fade to black, be the perfect place, but I'm going to cockblock all of us. You, me, everyone. This is the time I'm going to do it. On purpose. Because we're at time. Also, I got to go check on something, and I'm fucking dying. I'm starving to death right now, so I'm anyway. But, yeah. I can't go too much over. I'm like, Jesus Christ, my stomach is eating itself. I just need a snack. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.